evening, folks, and welcome back to yet another Weazel News Weekly Update. As always, I'm your anchor, Ken Kennedy. This past week, Officer Bob Casket tragically lost his life in the line of duty. The exact circumstances of this incident have not been made public. Our hearts and prayers go out to the Casket family. This past Saturday, the radios have gone down across the city of Los Santos. The exact cause of this radio blackout is unknown. However, communist terrorism is suspected. Rest assured, Weazel FM and Rebel Radio are exploring all options to resolve the issue. In recent news, all charges against Tony Farrelly have been dismissed without prejudice due to a lack of evidence. This means that he could be charged again for these crimes if more evidence is found. The mayor's inauguration was held today, along with a magnificent ball to celebrate the occasion. All those in attendance had a wonderful night and a time to remember. We'll be back after these short messages with more exciting news from the city of Los Santos. Don't go anywhere, folks.
Being a part of the fire department means a commitment to service in the city.
To be part of the fire department means to help out the city, help out people, keep people safe.
I feel when I am looking for a job, it's not just a way to make money. It's really a way to feel part of a close team.
But in the end, it's about putting your life on the line so others don't lose theirs.
I'd say if you want to be part of a work environment that's not just about chasing money or, making it easy on yourself, please join the fire department because we'd love to have you and be a part of an amazing team.
If you want to make a difference in someone's life or even save someone's life, come do this, fight fires, and help people.
Come give us a shot. Be part of the family. Help those who need it. Item list today on Capitol Boulevard and El Rancho Boulevard.
Adrenaline junkie? Isn't it time you tried Ego Chaser and took things to the limit? Enjoy these sexy shots of extreme sports and base jumping. But we mostly sell energy bars to desperate middle-aged men who haven't played sports for years, but are suddenly obsessed with triathlons. Hey, you could be a super athlete, even though you have an office job and a family you ignore. You don't have time for real friends. You're a warrior. It's an energy bar that's all about you. How big is your Ego Chaser?
Wake up in the morning, drop a big old log out here. You ain't got time for nothing fruity like a jog. Marry a fat bitch and die working like a dog. Cowboys in the heartland, bankers in the city. We love cars, guns, and big old plastic titties. Let's grab a case with Pisswasser and drink for the USA. Woo! Hey neighbors, I'm sorry, we're partying real butch. You ought to speak English if you like it here so much. Not Spanish or Chinese or British. They're fucking Dutch. Fuck the Dutch. I said, yeah, we're gonna keep them illegals out. Guns and Pisswasser. Yeah, that's what a party's all about. Getting real drunk, puking face down. Billy and a Bobby, about every kid in town. Drinking Pisswasser, fighting, getting real shit-faced tonight. Yeah, I'm a patriotic American. That's my national right. Pisswasser, German fighting lager for export only.
Welcome back to Weazel News, folks. This past week, Jimmy Jabroni was charged with commercial robbery. Weazel News was lucky enough to obtain footage of the trial, and we bring you this footage now.
So, Officer Burroughs, now, would you like to restate the events that happened during the arrest?
Yeah, I was standing outside Davis PD. Jimmy Dramoni passes by me. I get positive ID of him. Myself and Officer Hightower get him under arrest, and then take him down to the cells where the process begins.
And then, would you like to tell me at what point Mr. Jabroni wound up in the hospital with a broken femur and tibula?
That would have been during his arrest. He got injured while I was using level 3 use of force on him.
At this point, did you identify my client positively?
At the scene of the docks where he jumped into the water.
Correct. You positively identified him?
Yes.
With what identification?
Well, he responded to his name.
Oh. Do
Also,
you
his
believe
same flamboyant personality.
Absolutely, I see what you're saying. Do you believe that somebody can impersonate somebody else in turn to alleviate the blame from themselves onto somebody else in case they get away? Yes or no?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Would reasonable belief in a criminal situation someone could impersonate someone else if in case they get away? Yes or no?
Somebody can be impersonated? Yes.
I'm actually going to give you a gimme here. Dr. Sean, can you describe what you saw?
So at that day, I was down at the PD with my friends. I don't remember what they needed to do, but I stepped out to take a cigarette on the side of like the main entrance. And then the gentleman over here, he came to me to talk to me. And then suddenly 2 cops, I don't remember exactly which ones, showed up and they were yelling to me kind of like to step back. And in a second, they just started to beat him up with the batons. I don't recall. Okay, just know this did happen a long time ago, so I'm a little bit blurry about memories, but I do remember him not really trying to fight back, but he did try to run down to the vehicles that were parked there, and then at some point he was down, and after that it's all kind of blurry.
Please the court. Justice, true justice, is about finding the truth. It is not to be perverted and molded through deceit and fabrication to fit the narrative that we want it to. But through facts and evidence, we ultimately come to a conclusion as to whether someone is guilty or not. True justice does not suffer theatrics, nor does it suffer deception or calumny, but only the truth. And the truth here is plain to see. Jimmy Jabroni, a known felon, attempted and carried out a brazen robbery, attempted to conceal their identity, fled from the police, and displayed a total disregard for the laws of the state. And ultimately, he should be found guilty as charged. Thank you.
I believe that we have shown through pure speculation they have identified my client. The defense has offered no testimony from any additional suspects that has not been rebutted in evidentiary discovery. So the witness that they mentioned was not brought up here because they know of the recant. So there was no positive ID at any time. There was no way for my client to even be in the area due to one being seen up north in a given same area and time while taking pictures, also all submitted in evidence. At the same time, submitted with evidence is the expert testimony of exact approximation of how long it would take for someone to change their hair color. On top of that, change their clothes. And none of this fits the painting the prosecution here is trying to present.
What? What's happening? What the heck is... I thought this was a court case.
Jimmy, did you call these people? Is this celebratory?
What the fuck is going? What the fuck? What the hell's going on here? What the fuck?
Why are there naked people in the courtrooms?
Why is there naked ladies here? Well, we couldn't go to Vanilla Unicorn, so we brought the Vanilla Unicorn to here.
No, hell yeah,
we
did.
They should stay. Let's go. No, stay. Stay. Winner gets free lap dances.
Reached a decision that will undoubtedly be an unpopular one. Unfortunately for some, justice isn't really concerned with popularity. Myself, I am not concerned with popularity. I have some concerns and some issues with both sides of the argument presented here. The issue I have with this case isn't so much that Mr. Jabroni, the defendant, arrived on scene at PD. My issue actually lies with the police work leading up to the arrest of Mr. Jabroni in the first place. On scene, with only hair coloring and someone responding to a name presented to them, the suspect at the crime tries to evade and escape police custody through whatever mishap they have that leads them to being incapacitated and in need of medical attention. Inexplicably, after the suspect is treated, they somehow evade a second time and find themselves in need of medical attention again. I'm not an expert in police procedure or protocol, but I do know that there are means to prevent suspects from leaving a scene under their own volition. It's unconscionable and baffling that a suspect would be in a position to flee a scene more than once. It makes no sense to me personally. Now, I'm going to be clear and reiterate that there isn't a lot of doubt in my mind personally that Mr. Jabroni may have committed the crimes alleged here. However, this police work for this case leaves a lot to be desired. Had the officers made better choices regarding their procedures, the suspect very well could have been brought to justice immediately. Unfortunately, with this being said, I'm finding the defendant, Jimmy Jabroni, not guilty on all charges. Please refund Mr. Jabroni any fines that have been paid. That is my ruling. Mr. Caputo, Mr. Bannon, when you guys have a moment, I will talk about you privately.
Maybe next time, Paco.
In the end, Jimmy Jabroni was acquitted and found not guilty on all charges. That's all we have for you tonight, folks. From all of us here at Weazel News, we'd like to thank you for tuning in. And as always, I'm Ken Kennedy, signing off.